Oh, it's still kind of freezing though. This is why I'm sitting in a hoodie, because it's getting cold outside and I didn't turn the heater on actually.
Man,
So.
man, I was wearing a hoodie all day, but I had the heater on this.
Oh
So
yeah, but this a nice one. This actually is fast, and so this one takes years.
man, so I actually moved. I grew up in Canada and now I live in the UK, and it's so weird to think of like there's so it's so cold here. And I don't
Yeah,
know, like it was minus 40 in Canada, but here I'm just cold all the time. You know what I mean? It's just
yeah,
cold here in Europe.
yeah. It is, and it gets cold so fast. So it wasn't that cold in the last couple days. It was actually still good, and then it gets cold so fast, so quick. I don't know. It's weird.
Man, and it's so extra hard with we're watching like the sundown go away. The sun leaves at like 4 p.m. or 4 in the afternoon. Like, man, I don't know. I'm depressed sometimes. Like this winter comes fast.
Yeah, yeah. You're right about it.
But
Um,
yeah.
I j- yeah. This is why I actually think about moving into the sun and then just come back to Germany for doing training camps, Just like
But
moving somewhere where you have like sun all the time. I actually feel like I don't know, I feel better, It's nicer to live with sun.
no, you're completely correct. During summertime here, like I go from the
It's
UK to go
beautiful.
down.
It's beautiful.
It,
Yeah,
amazing. Every winter, I'm like, man, we should move to Jamaica or something. I don't like this.
yeah. Maybe we'll see what comes in the future.
We'll go. You and I. We'll buy a little place in Jamaica. We'll set up an MMA gym so we can keep busy while we're there.
But I don't know about Jamaica. I don't know. Do you think Jamaica will be good in MMA? Like, do
Well,
you
here's the
think you
thing.
can build like in good stuff in MMA? If you have a good name, maybe. But I would
Hey,
move to
yeah, go ahead.
South Africa.
I saw you were
Become
there you were there like
Yeah,
a few weeks back, right? Tell me about
yeah,
South
yeah, yeah,
Africa.
yeah. We a good friend of mine bought 550 acres of land there. Yeah, so and he's building like kind of his own little national park. I don't know. I don't want to call it like this. Is more like it's called Sentinel of Nature project. It's more of like all these guys come together, but usually they are rhino protectors. So they
Mhm.
bought land and they bought animals and stuff like this. But also this South Africa is common in MMA. There's like a couple big shows like EFC and everything. And then you have like Dricos, who's fighting for the title now, and then you have Cameron Simon, who is actually a very good guy from South Africa. So, and I looked into the gym when I was there, and they do solid work, like good work. Like actually, I was impressed. Like I didn't even know that they have like such a high training standard, but they had like the whole schedule, everything looked perfect. Looked like American Top Team or Syndicate or Extreme Couture.
Man, we gotta go. We gotta move down there. But it's crazy to talk to other people, and I always forget we're in like this bubble here in sports where like all we talk about is sports and all we think about is sports. And you talk to
Yeah,
other people and they're setting up nature reserves for endangered animals, and you think like, that's so cool. You
it
guys are
is.
doing such a cool thing. What are we doing here?
It is. It is. It is. I mean, it's a long way. It's still very. It's a very small group. It's more like a little family actually, and then um, yeah. But we will see what comes with the future. Like the plan is to open like lodges and then do even like a MMA warehouse and do a podcast room and then educate people and then do ranger courses there and everything, like yeah, we will see. And it takes a lot of money and takes a lot of time and then it takes a lot of yeah, effort actually. So we will see.
But it is difficult to build. MMA is one of the more difficult ones because while it is applicable in almost all cultures, because all cultures have a martial arts background, MMA is you still have to sell whenever you go to a country. And Germany is a really good example of that, where I still remember UFC 99 and how controversial it was. And over
Hmm.
like, what has it been, 20, 15 years now, MMA is almost in the mainstream. How is
2009 or
MMA?
something,
Yeah,
2010. Yeah.
it was a while ago, right? But how is
It
MMA
is
actually seen in Germany at the moment?
still shady. I don't know. Like it's German people. Like I don't want to call like they are dumb, but in MMA wise, they so they just not educated, and they don't listen. They are always, I don't know, they don't want to listen to people who have success in the sport, and then like they say, oh, these guys are all criminals and they all fighting in the backyards and stuff. And then you look at, the most high profile MMA fighters in Germany, Peter Zubota, like one of the
Mhm.
best ever, little family dude from Balingen, from a little town with 15,000 people, never did
Yeah.
anything criminal, just like a guy lives with his family, lives with his kids, like, and then he's also an entrepreneur, like he's also a businessman, he has a very, very good gym, like he's like actually one of the perfect examples, like in Germany. And then like people still try to discredit him with some stuff, something. I remember he just said something about an opponent from one of his guys, and then everyone jumped on him, and then I'm like, you guys are so fucking stupid. But I don't know. It is like Germany has like just they have like a huge love for making stupid people famous. I don't know if they copy this from America. It is like if you look at these Instagram influencers and like all these big social media stars, they
Yeah.
all kind of the same. They all try to catch fame, likes, clicks, comments, and stuff. So, and then people come to me and say, yeah, you are actually the same. But I'm like, bro, no, I'm not that same. I'm more of like city famous, like I'm like I'm doing this stuff for like 15 years, and everyone knows me that I'm the one who's doing kickboxing and I am the one who's doing MMA. So if I walk through the street, I don't know, but at least out of 500 people, 50 recognize me and would say, "Oh, this Niklas," So it's always like, and then I worked in one of the most famous nightclubs, so then you also know the people, and then I'm just, I always say I'm the man of the people. I know my guys. I also interact with nearly everyone who interacts with me on my Instagram. If you look through my comment section, there are people, they know me, they live with me, they train with me. It's like they try to support me. So this is when I look at all these other influencers, how they try to, like just try to, I don't get it. And then when it comes to education and MMA wise, they just don't look at the whole thing. They more of like, it's a bad sport and it will be bad forever. We don't give it a chance. We have soccer, we have or football. I don't know how you want to call it. How you guys call it where you are from?
I've
But
now corrected myself into saying football, and then there's
yeah,
American football. So I would say football at this point.
yeah, 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 yeah. I spoke to a couple guys, and then people say like also they say football, you
Yeah.
know, but then yeah, like the English guys, they like, I would want to say soccer, because just to poke a little bit at the Americans, like because if we call football, like for me it's football, we play with the
Yeah.
foot, and American football is get mostly playing with the hand. But American football, okay, that's good. But yeah, so we have our huge sport in Germany, which is soccer, and then or football, and we don't give other sports any chances. We don't give any other athlete chances. And I said this for about like I don't know, the last 10 years or 8 years, or since I have like a little platform to speak about it. And then yeah, I think it never really changed. I think so. They want to say that, and yeah, shows like Octagon, they do amazing, because they really they bring out good show, they bring out good fights, they bring out good people, they make characters now, when you look at Christian Jungwirth, he's a character. No, everyone loves him. He's like a
Yeah.
fighter, everyone loves him. He's a gentleman, he's inside the cage, outside the cage, always gentle, always friendly, good guy, you know. So nothing to hate about. And then that's really good, but I still believe it takes, I don't know, at least another 10 years, or I don't know, maybe 12, 15. I don't know how long it takes until Germany really recognize what MMA is, and that's actually a very, very bright sport. Like you have to do so many Olympic sports in one sport, and people just don't, they don't get it. I don't know. And yeah.
Well, I spoke to another reporter from Germany, and he was at one of the shows covering Mandy Baum, and I was asking about MMA in Germany, and he said the same
Yeah,
thing that you did. In that Germany, there is one sport, and then there's nothing else. Like people just do not care about secondary sports in Germany at all. It's just a
yeah.
one sport nation, right?
It's like it's weird because when you look at our history have been so good in sports. Like when I
Yeah.
speak to my mom, like we grew up DDR, like my mom is from the east, so my family's from the east. They
Mhm.
said everyone was kind of like into sports, everyone was into athletics, running tracks, running hurdles,
Mhm.
jumping and everything, throwing spears and like all this stuff. And like even gymnastics and like I don't know. And she said it got kind of like it shifted away, but if we would go in deeper into it, they would call me conspiracy guy. So uh I don't know, it's kind of like it's weird because I really don't get it that we are like I get it why they love soccer because
Of
soccer
course.
is a sport where, and I don't want to call out all these big soccer guys, but actually I would have no problems to call them out because they could do nothing. So uh let's talk about like just like be honest. I would nearly outsport anyone in soccer in like in anything. Like I go with you running, you maybe beat me in running, but afterwards I kick you once on your chin, and then we will see how fast you can run. So it is. I'm just like kind of a predator, and you guys kind of a hunt. You're like you get hunted. In kind of, I don't know how to say it, but this is why our society probably loves soccer because it's such a lazy thing, and you can sit and you can drink your beer and you can still enjoy soccer while all these MMA guys would not sit together like this. You would have guys cheering, you have the fans, but then you have like the community, MMA community, they would come together a whole differently than soccer guys would come together. And I don't know. I just don't want to hate on the sport because I actually played it and I actually watch it sometimes. And when World Cup is going on, I'm still cheering for my country. And
Of course.
I hope I get there. I hope they win and stuff like this. But it is so planted that just this one sport is there, and then you have all these like you have basketball, they become world champion, and you have hand I don't know how to say it translated in handball.
Oh, it'd be handball.
Handball.
Yeah.
My city, our club from my city is probably one of the best teams in the world.
Very nice.
So
Very nice.
they don't get recognition for that.
No.
They have their recognition. They famous in their bubble. They are superstars in their arena. If you go there, it's amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. It's like really, really, it's humongous. But like they have also a nice team and they are real athletes and they still don't get really the recognition. And then you look at the soccer club from our city, which is playing also in a high standard in the second league now, I guess,
Mhm.
or it's the third league, I don't even know. But they don't put the work in. I know that for a fact that they don't put the work in. So because when I work in the bounce like as a bouncer in a nightclub and people showing up from the soccer team, from the famous soccer team and they are all VIPs and stuff, I know that they're not training that hard, because I know that I have to work until 6, but I still get up at 10 and then I do my runs and I do my pets and I do my jiu-jitsu and do my wrestling and have my 4 sessions a day and then I go to bed, and I do
Yeah.
all the shit all over again and I know they don't do it. So and they don't even need to argue. Any soccer fan can come at me and argue with me, but they don't need to because our sport is so versatile. It's so and you need to have a fight IQ. You need to be smart. You can't just be a dumb idiot who runs at someone and punches. It is not
Yeah.
working anymore. MMA evolved so much. I just was in a show from us. We organized this weekend. There was a young kid, and stick to my head like this is what I'm talking about. And his name is Dominika Snorkers, and
Mhm.
he's from Team KF from Ireland, from Chris Fields under his wings, and bro, he fought like a pro, and he was 19 years old, and he beat like probably the number one. Like he was always the number one
Wow.
welterweight amateur guy, but now he is like a lightweight pro,
Yeah.
he's like a big star. He's like the youngest BJJ guy, and he beat him, and he beat him. It looked so easy, and he was so advanced and everything. And then he came at me and he said like, yeah, it's not just jujutsu and this, and it's everything. You know, you have to fight
Yeah.
IQ, and if I punch you there, and I know you are hurt there, I would go over there, and he made fighting look so easy, and I was like really impressed with it. And I was like, okay, look at this. Also, how can you say this sport is for dumb and criminals? And you know, it is weird. You know, do you believe that there's 80,000 people in the soccer arena that there's not some criminals? You know,
But I mean,
so
when you look at the fans, like how can
uh,
you say that about MMA when you look at football fans? Like that's where the
yeah,
problems
of
always are.
course. Yeah, of course. And there's all these rivalries. This is where the sport also lives about, you know. When you look at our town, they go forward, you know, our fans are crazy. You know, they
Yep.
travel around the world with them and they very, very good. You know, the fans, I love the fans, you know. Don't get me wrong for this. I love the fans,
Of course.
the passion and everything. I love that. But yeah, I would love to have soccer at number one and don't even MMA at number two. Just have a pool for every other sports as well. But we have just one pool, and it's like 98 percentage goes into soccer, and then you have the 2 percentage for like 50 other sports, and that
I
seems to be not fair and not real, not good for any, you know, economy and sports in general. In my opinion, I don't know.
no,
They
I
will say
still
I'm wrong,
remember.
probably.
I think you're right too, because I
Yeah.
still remember when Germany won a gold medal in hockey in the
Ah,
Olympics, and I
no.
think more people in Canada cared than more people in
Yes,
Germany.
yes, yes. Funny thing about that,
Yeah.
I'm not really into hockey,
Yeah.
and one of my friends, he's also in OKTAGON now in Cologne this weekend because this guy's fighting. He's from Canada. His
Nice.
name is Jelly, and he told me that we won like the soccer, we won like the hockey medal, and I looked at him and I was like, I was kind of embarrassed because I didn't even know. You know, I'm not looking into hockey. You know,
Yeah.
so I didn't know that, but yeah, if
It,
everyone would more speak about it, probably I would have heard about it. I don't know, you know. So it's you would never not hear about Germany winning, you know, like the world championship or something. Yeah.
so we say all that, but this weekend we're coming up on the biggest
Yes.
German MMA show in history. What does it mean to be on that card? And like, is this maybe a turning point for the sport?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, it's another step. You know, it's another for me. It's more of like I think more about like I think more about the fight. So for me, it's more I'm
Mm.
into. I really want to have a good performance because I had three shitty performances in the last three fights. So I don't want to say shitty performance. My coach would say it's not like, but it's more. I really want to prove something for me, and it's a nice cherry on the cake. You say that like in English,
Yep.
so it's nice cherry on the cake. That's another history stuff, you know. I mean, I was the first East German in the UFC. No one really cared about it, you know. Like everyone's like, yeah, okay, fine, you know, and I'm like, okay, fine, you know.
Okay. All right.
um you know, it's just funny when people come to me and like, what do you think, who's the next one from East Germany? And then I'm like, hmm, I don't know if there's someone coming, you know. So my gym, there are some prospects, but I don't know, you know, it takes a lot out of you that you go on this high level and you stay active and then you get seen by these big promotions.
Oh yeah, and Octagon's awesome. And it's been a
It is
minute since you've been in there. Like,
it's they did it like I said, like I did a lot of questions also on WhatsApp today with someone from Octagon. They
mhm.
asked me about Svanitsa when I fought there against Jan Janka, and I
Mhm.
just remember really, really good stuff. Like I really love the Czech MMA fans. They are so and like they so passionate about MMA. It's crazy, you know. It's really, 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 really good, and I love to see that. And I remember being backstage, taking pictures with hundreds of people, and I was so blown away because it was actually kind of the first real like I fought at Bama before.
Yep.
Didn't seem so professional. It was cool, but it wasn't so professional, you
I
know.
know.
Eh,
Yeah.
yeah, they weird. And then yeah, this was like it was just also perfect, you know, the transfer, the hotel, the you know, I had a nice way card. There was I remember also the public weigh-ins was in front of some people on in the mall, and was good. It was really really good. And now they're doing some really really good stuff. The last Frankfurt show was amazing, and I think Cologne will be even bigger. It will be even crazier. It will be even bigger. I think so. It was just like you said, it's history, but I don't even care so much about history. When I'm older, then I care probably more about history, but for now I care about the feeling in the arena and everything, and that will be crazy. Like if there are really 18,000 people or 19, I don't even know, that will be insane.
It's going to be unreal in there, man.
Yeah.
And now your opponent upcoming here. Is any beef with the opponent, or for you, is this just
No.
business as usual? Day at the
Yeah.
office, right?
Yeah. Not just a fight. Like I have never had beef with couple, I don't know. If I hate you, I will tell you that, and then if you have
And you
beef with me,
told me
then
before we
I'm
went on the
okay.
air.
I'm
Thank
I'm
you for
cool
telling me
with
that.
that. I will tell you if you're cool, and if you're not cool, if I don't like you, I tell you that. And if you make beef out of it, yeah. So, but I would not really care. I just know that I actually mentioned him to the matchmakers, I guess, or to my management. I don't know if it was my management or if I sent it directly to the matchmakers.
Mhm.
But I said that I actually want to fight this guy because I looked down the rankings and then I saw that he was one of the guys who was free. It was from Munich. And then he fought some guy in Munich. I was scheduled to fight another guy. My fight fell through,
Yep.
so I ended up commentating his fight. And then after the fight, I was like, I want to fight this guy. So yeah, just like to see him. I was like, okay, let's do this. And he's in the rankings. No one else was really available. A couple guys jumped off. There was some other names before him, but they all took the fight and then dislined the fight, and then yeah. So yeah, it's him. It's yeah, no beef, no nothing.
Just another day at the office. But I did want to ask you about that. What's more nerve wracking, being in a professional fight or doing commentary?
uh, Commentary is just fun.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Fighting is thrill. Fighting is life. You feel life. I need to feel it again yet now on the Saturday to really explain how it is.
It's
It's
been a
just
while.
it is not just because it's been a while. It's in my opinion because you go through something in a rush with all the heat of emotions and all the adrenaline that there's so many memories. Everyone will tell you that from fighters like you, all the memories shifting away from the fight. You don't really remember much, you know. So, but as soon as you're in the fight and then you come out of the fight, however the fight is winning or losing, you get all these how was this fight and this fight, you get it all back kind of. So that's why I always say when someone is saying how is it in the fight and stuff, I'm like, I need to fight on Saturday to tell you how it is, because sparring or like hard sparring sessions or I don't know, jiu-jitsu matches or I don't know. It is nothing about fist fighting. Like fist fighting is a whole different level and it's a whole different, yeah, I
It's
don't
it's
know.
a it's a
Yeah.
weird thing because like the fights that I've been through, I was younger. It's not the same level, but the fights that I've been
Okay.
through, you get like
Yeah.
high after the
Yeah.
fight.
That's what I'm
There's like
saying.
an
You get kind of a high. Yes,
yeah.
that's good. I don't want to say that because then people judge me because sometimes I smoke weed and they judge me on being high. So,
Don't worry about it, man.
but I'm yeah, you get high and you get this. I think it's because of the rush of adrenaline. You get like you really feel alive because first of all, like you go through like this roller coaster because you feel something and you feel nothing, and then you walk out, you feel something because you hear your music, and then you're in the cage, you feel nothing. You see your opponent, you feel something, and then you get the first punch, you feel something, and then you sit down, you don't feel nothing, because you sit down and you just want to go into second round. It's a roller coaster of emotions and all these influences of cheering and then pain and then like stress, and then it's crazy. It's probably the best feeling in the world.
Nothing better in the world, and
Yeah.
you're gonna get it back this weekend. Looking forward
Yes,
to it, man.
I'm
But
very
I just
happy.
got 5 minutes left for with you. But what
Yes.
what games are you streaming right now? And then what were some of the formative video games that you had growing up?
um when we stream, actually we played a lot of Apex Legends, but
Oh, of course.
yeah, which is like a battle royale playing.
Oh, I know
When I
Apex.
yeah, when I grew up, It was all kind of like these Call of Duty games. I played Call of Duty because I was a console guy. I was not into PC.
Yeah.
And then funny thing is, couple of weeks ago, I started probably with the oldest game from all of them. I started playing League of Legends,
Oh
and
man, how do you
yeah,
do it, man? How do you emotionally go
and
through
then
it?
everyone is saying that, and that's so funny because I'm if I can't control something, I don't really put effort into it. So I'm like more of like, if I can control, I'm doing 100%. If I can't, I let it go. So is it in the League of Legends. If I play my game and I'm very, very good, and me and my laners, or like all these gamers call it, and they fuck up, I don't fucking care. I lose the game, I fucking care. It's a game. But yeah, it is like, what can I do? If I go through, I just would like, I did it in Apex Legends as well, because if I play solo, and then you joining your 3-man squad, you have this in Call of Duty. If
Mhm.
you play shooter, you have these two types of guys. You have this one guy who is always, it is what it is, and I'm more of like a, it is what it is. Sometimes I rage, and I have rage moments on my Twitch as well. It's funny, but I'm very, very calm. And then you have these guys who are always raging, who is probably my cutter, my YouTube guy, Felix. He's like one of my guys. He's my, when I need something, he's setting everything up. He knows everything about PCs, and he's doing my YouTube channel and everything. And he rages like first minute into the game, first shot missing, he rages. He's like, something is fucking up, and he throws everything away. So I'm like, I have to be calm, and I know there are some mentally retarded guys into League of Legends.
Yeah, that's the whole community is like that, man. I, I don't know how you do it.
But I really like it. I really like it. I also like, I just watched this. There's a crazy streamer, it's called Kesha. He's like
Okay.
playing Nunu, and he's just mentally. I just, I have fun with it. I can laugh so hard about it. I'm like, how can you do it? How can you be like this? But yeah, it works sometimes, I
You're the
guess.
only sane League of Legends player in history, man.
Yeah, I want to play against, like, when I stream and I get a little bit bigger, I want to do more some League of Legends stuff. I have actually some really, really good guys on my side. They play high elo, so we will see. We'll see.
Let's do it. All right. Well, just a couple minutes left here. Last word
Yes.
goes to you. You're fighting this weekend, OKTAGON
Yes.
49, biggest event in German MMA history. Talk us on
Yes.
out of here. Shout out who you need to shout out. Thank who you need to thank. All that good stuff, sir.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the interview. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then big shout out to all my sponsors. Big thank you to my management, Ruby Sports. They got me through some tough times last year, and they still on my side, and they actually one of the biggest managements in the world, so I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you to my team and all my people. And yeah, then thank you, OKTAGON, for the opportunity. It's nice making history again, and we're gonna come forward, and OKTAGON is gonna be fireworks, and I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Thanks so much for your time, man. Best of luck in the match, sir.
Thank you very much.